York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
What is on your list today?
Ebro, can The Miz finish telling me this Rihanna story? Because now I'm curious.
All right, so back in the day, Embiid wanted to date Rihanna. And Rihanna said, listen, I'm not dating you until you're an all-star.
Because Rihanna knows her balls. She knows
guess
her balls.
what? The process is an all-star. and now the interviewer asked him, he's like, so what's up? And he's like, nah, not for me anymore. See ya, bye.
Congratulations.
He
You
gave
played
the
yourself.
Rihanna, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, and they went back to the studio. They're like, wait, did Joel Embiid just turn down Rihanna?
Yes,
As you
he
should,
did.
sir.
Good for him. He's an all-star now.
And now if she's at all interested, she's really interested now.
Right, because that's just a genius play.
Wait, isn't she in a relationship? Remember that guy she was seeing? Everybody didn't know who he was.
Is he an all-star?
That millionaire, billionaire
He's
guy,
not.
mystery man. I don't, we know Rihanna. I don't know.
She out here. She's a savage.
Yeah.
Rosenberg, what's on your list? Who played themselves?
Let's see. There's a multitude of people who play themselves every single day. I'm not going to say anything about the President of the United States today because we're yet because we're yet to receive the information.
Well, you know he had sex with that woman.
Who, Stormy Daniels?
Yeah,
Well,
the porn star.
But have you seen Stormy Daniels?
I would have had sex with that woman at the time, too.
That alone is not a congratulations to you played
No,
yourself.
it is.
It's just a congratulations.
Yeah, but if he said what he said about his daughter to her, if that's a true story, that's a congratulations.
That's
That's just sick and
Yeah, no, you
twisted.
probably
He was
wouldn't
also
do it.
married, and Melania was at home with his son, so that's a congratulations you played yourself because you're clearly cheating on your wife, and that's not a good thing.
We don't know everyone's arrangement, Ebro.
You think he's got one of those?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I have no. By the way, I don't think Melania spent a lot of time over the first 15 years of her life when she was just having lunch all over Manhattan. I don't think she was worried about what Donald was doing, to be honest with you.
True.
If I'm keeping it 1,000% honest.
So we're going to wait for Donald Trump news. What else do you have today?
Let's see. How about... I don't really have anything else for good. I thought I kind of gave mine to the Miz, the Joel Embiid Rihanna story.
That was it?
That was the best one I saw yesterday. How often do you see someone get completely... Rihanna, it's actually unprecedented. In fact, we should have led the show with it and stopped everything. No one's ever denied Rihanna for anything. She's one of the sexiest women on planet Earth. We all agree.
No one's ever curved her.
No one's curved Rihanna. You know the level of curvature that is?
I mean, it's pretty unprecedented. I'm excited about it. I do want to give a congratulations, you played yourself, to everybody in New York City who thinks that this $11.50 toll won't happen. The amount of work that's being put in to knock down the congestion here in New York City. So if you're looking at me crazy.
I don't like driving in New York City, and I did it yesterday, and I thought I got in almost 3 accidents. It's not fun.
Below 60th Street, basically, if you're driving in from uptown you're obviously already paying tolls when you're coming from the outer boroughs, but if you're driving in from uptown, they're going to charge you $11.50. That'll be the highest. And depending on what the traffic flow is...
Wait.
Does anyone drive in New York?
Yes,
I thought you guys all
do.
take the
Hold on.
subway.
I drive in
Yes,
from 73rd
you drive.
Street.
You, sir, will be charged.
So you're saying me, who lives at 73rd Street,
Yes.
and have to come to Houston Street,
Yes.
every day I would get
Now,
charged a toll.
depending on what time of day and what the traffic is, will determine, according to this, will determine what the toll
And
is.
so basically, they're just like, I have to basically just be like, hey, here's my wallet. You give me back what you think's appropriate?
Or
Pretty much.
Congratulations. You played
it's
yourself.
gonna happen. They've been trying to push this for years. It's going to happen.
So if you're coming from Jersey, you gotta pay Jersey tolls and Manhattan tolls?
No. If you're coming from Jersey, you've already paid the toll. And they're saying if you're on the FDR or the outer areas...
This is already too confusing.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna be a
It
mess.
needs to be really
No, it's going to be
easy.
a mess, and they're going to get you.
Wait, Ebro, real quick, where would they do the tolls? Does that mean they're going to have a toll booth station?
Well,
also at
If you've
traffic?
seen those new Easy
now.
Pass
It's
things where
easy.
you drive under the thing and it automatically charges your license plate in your car, you don't have to stop it. You
How
just
much
keep
is
going.
it again?
It could be as high as $11.50.
Terrible.
Wait, hold on. One more question.
And it's going to take 2 years.
Oh,
okay,
terrible.
one more
But
question.
Rosenberg, you could walk to work.
73 blocks.
Yeah.
You just got to get up.
Please.
That's right.
Take
Or I
the
can-
train.
Or I take the subway at 5 in the morning.
Congratulations.
Thank
You played yourself.
Wait, hold on, real quick. So you're
Stop the
tell-
music. This guy Rosenberg's he's unraveling.
He is.
I'll be honest. Earlier when you were talking about it, I didn't really fully process it. So you're saying
Yes.
that if you live in Manhattan in the 70s or 80s, every time you try to travel downtown in Manhattan, they're going to charge you for that.
Yes.
Where's the toll at?
Yeah, where do they put, what you said, 60th Street?
It doesn't have all that yet, guys. Calm
It's
down.
coming, guys, in 2
Anything
years.
below here, let me just read it to you guys since everybody's stressed out. I'm gonna
These
read
guys
it.
are
Okay,
wild.
Please, this is...
Motorists driving below 60th Street in Manhattan would have to pay a fee.
Okay.
It would be as much as $11.50, depending on time of day and traffic loads. No charge for passing drivers through the borough via FDR Drive.
What? Wait. So hold on. If you live on the east side, you're good money. If you live on the west side, you got to pay?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They're charging us for living in the better half of Manhattan? Excuse me.
Oh, look at you.
Wow,
Uppity,
this
uppity
guy.
over
I'm
here.
a,
See
I'm,
that,
a, I'm
right?
a big west side guy. I mean, I'm west side till
I
I
live
die.
by Central Park.
This is a privilege.
I go to the
argument
park
right
every
now.
No,
day.
but I'm gonna tell you why.
Look, he's
and I know.
fat.
And listen,
Now here's let me give you a little platform to stand on.
So upset.
please, I need one. I'm
With
sure.
where the trains are right now, the delays, just everything going wrong with the MTA, right? You would have to say, yo, before you go forcing more people on the public transportation, why don't you guys fix that before you start just charging people tolls? That might be a good platform. But
big
this
complainers.
is going to
Yo.
happen, bro.
You guys are a bunch of complainers. I live in Los Angeles, California. You guys don't understand what traffic is,
Oh, yeah.
okay?
LA
You
is so
don't
much
even understand.
worse than
You're
New
gonna pay
York.
I'd rather pay a toll than sit through traffic any
We
day
sit
of the
traffic
week.
too.
I will pay $11.49 to go through a toll, so I don't have to go through traffic in Los Angeles.
the rest
of-
you're
They're gonna send it
crying
anyway.
because you
Giving
could
them the
walk.
business right
You
now.
could actually have a run. You could actually have a nice little jog
Oh, so now
to
you call
Hot
me fat.
97
Yeah, I
each
get
and
it.
every
I
day
get it.
instead of
I'm
eating your
working
little
out.
salami sandwiches
Yes.
before you go to
Salami.
work.
Facts.
So, Miz, would you like to give Rosenberg a congratulations? You played yourself.
Yeah, where's the button?
That's right. It's 49. This
It's
one.
49.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All that big Willie talk, hop, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. You're playing yourself.
It's just a crazy thing that at this point, all these years later, to still get millions of people every week. I mean, let's just keep it real. Raw keeps lights on at USA.
What's your favorite Raw moment? Do you have a
big-
favorite Raw moment?
Yeah, of course.
What is it? Do you know?
I believe
Do
the
you have off the top of your head?
Yeah, Tyson Austin to me is the best
Tyson
one.
Austin, really?
Yes. Do you remember, Ebro, when Mike Tyson showed up on Monday Night Raw?
No.
And got into it with Steve Austin?
No, but I want to see it now.
It was well. They
It's
got
pretty-
into a,
it's pretty incredible.
they got
You'll see
into
it
a
on Monday
shoving-
Night Raw.
They got into a shoving match, and
Wait, I do remember Tyson. Was that the only time he was on
no.
WWE?
He ended up being on a bunch. But that run, which he started in 1998, I would argue that that's the reason ultimately why WWE was able to finish off WCW, because that storyline.
You think that was it?
It was so cool.
It
was
was
so
cool.
mainstream. This is what
And
Tyson.
by the way, it was Iron Mike Tyson. Like,
Yeah.
this-
Dude,
it was
fresh
the-
out of jail.
It was the
Right.
biggest. he was the
Looking
biggest
nuts.
guy.
This
Yeah.
is when Mike looked. And I make fun of Mike
like
about this.
biting people off his
Yeah,
ears
yeah.
off.
Right, this is when he was just seemed frantic and dangerous, and he's in the middle of the ring in a shoving match with Steve Austin. You're like, what is going on here? I think, to me, that's number one.
That was a time, and that you said that was 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, 98, 99, I was back in the right. That was Austin, Rock.
That's it.
I was back in and during that time.
But I'm telling you, that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
You may not even remember it.
I don't.
But people were like, oh, Tyson's on. They were throwing it on Sports Center. I just think it had an awesome. What's your favorite moment?
See, it would have to be with myself, obviously,
Well,
but
yeah.
I have a bunch of them. I mean, I
Well,
announced.
how do you rank them all?
I announced that my wife and I are having our first child to the world in the ring in WWE and
story.
That's
on Raw.
awesome.
And not only that, but what's cool is like that's where I met my wife, and now I get to announce to the world that I'm having my firstborn little girl. Like
It's pretty cool.
It's
Wait,
pretty
does your
amazing.
wife work for WWE?
Yeah, so that's another moment where my wife came back to WWE and helped me win the Intercontinental Championship right after WrestleMania. That was an amazing moment. Imitating The Rock. I got to imitate The Rock, and Vince McMahon wanted this for some odd reason for me to dress up like The Rock, and I go, Vince, I'm not 6'4" Samoan, built like with pure solid muscle. No one's gonna believe that I'm The Rock. And he was like, I guarantee they will. So I dress up like him, put the bald head on, put the sunglasses, put the shirt, cut off the sleeves, and the music hits. If you smell, and the crowd erupts, and it was in Kansas City. Oh yeah, the crowd erupts, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be terrible. So, and then Vince goes, and Vince is in Gorilla. He's the last
the
person
position.
you leave. Like the Gorilla. Go ahead.
The gorilla position is the position right before you walk down the ramp,
Right.
named after Gorilla Monsoon.
And Vince is always right there. He's always right there, and he was like, wait. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, okay. And I'm dressed like The Rock. I'm like, all right, I'm waiting. I'm in my mode. Like, I've imitated The Rock many times when I was a child.
Yeah.
So, and he goes, now. And the crowd kind of started coming down. And I was like, oh, man, they're coming down. They're going to come real down when I walk out. I walk out. The crowd erupts. I'm talking electricity throughout the whole place. And it's not just like a little one. It goes on for at least 10 seconds. And I'm thinking, in my head, I'm going, all right, just walk like him, walk like him. And then as I'm out there, I'm going, these people have no idea that it's me. Like, how is this happening? So then I go, you know what? What would The Rock do? I go, probably would take off the sunglasses and just smell the air. You know, like only The Rock could, and give a little eyebrow. So what do? I take off the sunglasses, another eruption. I'm going, what is going on? What is wrong with these people? When are they going to realize that it is me and not The Rock? So I take off, I smelled the air, I start going down the ramp, and all of a sudden I can see the people notice that it's me and not The Rock. And once I get in the ring, people start and they're just booing me, and it's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
I get backstage, and Vince is like, I told you. And I go, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. He was like, they are so excited that it was The Rock that they didn't care
That it's you.
about anything else. They heard the music, because it was the first time The Rock came back, like the week before, the first time The Rock came back in like 7 years. So it was huge, and no one thought he was going to be there. So when they thought he was going to be there, so they were jumping up and down, not even paying attention to The
How
Rock.
many times have you been
coming
rock bottomed?
up. More than I can count.
Right. That's also a dream. You got to think
I
that's
was his match. I was his first match back in like 8 years at the Survivor Series.
No, of course. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that rock bottom.
It's funny because I was when I wanted to become a WWE superstar. I remember getting off the Real World. I did the Real World back in the day.
Oh, we know.
You know, in 2001. And I remember going back to my house and asking myself in a mirror, what do I want to do with my life? And I literally looked on the shelf, and there was an action figure of The Rock. And I said, I'm going to be a WWE superstar.
I wanted to know, yo, I seriously, this whole conversation, that was the question I was going to ask.
Yeah.
What was the moment?
What was that catalyst, that moment where you transitioned in life? Because you're clearly a hard worker. You have no problem with the work. But, you know, deciding to jump into something like the WWE is not only a daunting task, but how many people never make it this far?
I've watched so many people quit just because they couldn't handle just running the ropes, or like learning how to bump for the first time. I mean, the art of being a WWE superstar is just one of the hardest things, one of the hardest sports I've ever been in, because it's theater, it's character work, it's athleticism, it's a little bit of everything.
And all at the same time, and live sometimes.
Exactly. And you know, the moment when I was on the Real World, it made me realize I could do anything I wanted, because when I was from Cleveland, you go from high school, you go to college. From college, you go back to Parma, Ohio. You get a job, exactly, and that's what you're supposed to do. But once I got on the Real World, I said, you know what? I could do anything I want with my life. And so I thank John Murray and Mary Ellis for putting me on The Real World. That is the production company, the people that do the Real World, for putting me on that show, because if it wasn't for that show, I think I would be flipping burgers at my dad's local Mr. Hero.
You're probably right.
Probably.
Yo,
The
Miz,
Miz,
thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen.
Yeah!
Monday.
Raw 25, baby!
Great combo, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.